Yo, what's up you guys, to TradeFX here, back with another video, man. So on this one, we're going to be breaking down this gold trade setup, and I'm going to share some of the insights as to what I looked for. But basically what we're going to do right now, we're just going to touch on this very image that's displayed in front of you. So basically all of the concepts which I use is SNR and also HPS and HPD, right? So what is it? What is HPD? HPD is basically high probability demand and high probability support level, right? So these are some of the concepts which I managed to learn or come up with based on the study that I've made through being in the market, right? So what I saw here on the M1 time frame, we're trading into an area of interest, which in this case I think it was an area of support on the daily. So fine. After that, I waited for a few things to happen here for me to be able to identify this as a potential buy zone. And ideally, all of my buys are usually roughly 30 pip stop loss. So this was the idea that I had for this buy trade setup, which I sent out in the signals group. So I haven't yet messaged anyone right here, because you can see I don't like messaging people, because you know that Telegram has this feature whereby if you just message people after the request, it automatically spams, it automatically triggers your account as spamming, right? Because it'd be sending the same message to different people. So that's why I don't message all of these people right here. So fine, let's go to the charts and focus on what's important. So fine, this is the whole idea, and I'm still holding the trade, by the way. So basically, if we go to the daily time frame, I think I'm gonna remove this this tool right here, and it's basically really simple approach, right? So it only requires you like three things for you to understand. So the first thing that you obviously should understand was that gold was extremely bullish, and we needed to look for an area to buy from, right? Let's say, for example, you were here, right? You were here and you saw price trading lower. Obviously, you would have wanted to attempt a buy, right? So fine, that buy ended up failing, and then price traded lower, right? Then after that, what I saw was that we have this area of support right here, which if you look at my other videos on open close, I think I did post them, if I'm not wrong. I did post a couple of videos which explain this a little bit in depth. So fine, I saw this open close. Why am I picking this open close over this one? Over this resistance breaks become support? Why am I choosing this open close, or over this area of support right here, which was a sell and then a buy area, right? Why am I choosing this one? Is because this area right here that we have is the closest area after the high that we broke out of, right? Hopefully that makes sense. This is the closest area that we have support at. This is the closest support area that we have after the breakout, right? And we already see that we have a fair value gap right here, which acts as a form of liquidity, because I do know that a lot of people who do trade SNR, who have started using smart money first, obviously use fair value gaps as well as areas that they look for liquidity at, right? Unless maybe that's just me. So we're gonna mark it up like that. So this is your area of liquidity. We need to see price close in this fair value gap, and where it closes the fair value gap is basically the low of this rectangle tool and then the high of this rectangle tool. This is the whole of the fair value gap, right? The closure of the fair value gap would be when price trades and closes right here, right? And then we tapped into the open close right here. Fine, those are the things that you need to look for, right? So after that, that's the first thing. You need to look for an area to buy from, right? An area to buy from. So the first thing right? I'm just gonna write them like this. Step 1, area to buy from, or an unmitigated area. Right? Or support. In this case, in solo, looking for a buy, right? So fine. What's step number 2? Let me just make this a little bit big for those who are going to be using mobile. Right? So step number 2 would be for you to look for area for target. Area for target, right? Or take profit. Or take profit area. Fine. Where after you trade into this area, what's the first area that you'd want to target? What's the first area that you'd want to target when you first trade into this area? The first area that I'd want to target would obviously be a roadblock, right? We have a sell, and then we have a sell area right here, which in turn is an area of resistance, right? This would potentially be my first zone to look for. And then the other area would be for me to check whether this buy and then sell, which forms an area of resistance, would be for me to check whether it's unmitigated or not. And we can see that it's unmitigated, right? But given the fact that the gold is also looking to go higher in price, or it's extremely bullish, another area would be here. Then what I'd in turn do, I'd then remove this first area that I'd be using as the first objective, and then leaving this one as the first objective, and then this would be the final objective, right? So on the lower time frames, I basically look for breakout, or maybe HPD, right? High probability demand area, right? We can see this, the open close area right here. I'll just label it. And basically what you do when you trade into the open close, right? On the daily time frame, right? On the daily time frame, there's a daily open close, right? So the first thing that you do, you wait for price to create an area of support. So in this case, you could have easily said, okay, fine, price created a sell and then a buy inside a daily open close, and then maybe this could be your potential buy zone, right? But given the fact that we use a 30 pip stop loss, this could be more or less, right? This would have taken you out immediately, right? Because 30 pip stop loss just wouldn't make sense, because you can see the wick is very, very, very extreme. It's a bit huge. So unless maybe some of you like the 50%, you can easily do that. There's so many things, there's so many ways to approach taking trades, right? There's so many approaches that you can use, and then you can use 30 pip stop loss right around here. I had it exactly, yeah, right around here, and then first target being here, right? First target being there, and you can easily catch this trade just using that concept, right? Daily open close, wait for the 1 hour wick, and then you do 50%, right? And then you take it like that. But that's just something that requires you to practice, right? I'm just showing you a different way that you could have approached it, because I did take it differently than how I'm showing you right now. So let's go to the M30, because at the moment I didn't see anything that I wanted to see, because I pay attention to candles, right? 1, 2, 3, this one wasn't valid for me to even look at, right? M15, 1, 2, 3. Let me see. Then on the M15, had a valid buy area somewhere around, no, let's see. Yeah, I had a valid area to buy from somewhere around here. Obviously this one would have taken me out if I hadn't seen it the way that I did. So we're gonna go down to the M5. I think I saw something from the M5 if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, no. Actually, everything that I saw, I think it was on the M1. Only on the M1, yeah. That's why the screenshot that I did show you guys was primarily only on the M1. Oh, goddamn. Let's just do this. So basically around that area, what I looked at, this is the daily support, right? That daily support right here. Once we triggered that daily support, I then looked at 3 candles, these 3 candles, and then I marked up the fair value gap right here, traded into it, created another fair value gap, and then this was the level that I wanted to buy from, 3002739, and I think I automatically took a buy immediately once it was close to this area. I'm not really sure if it did trade into this area, but we're just gonna confirm that. What was the price? 3002.739, right? Yeah. So we're gonna go down to the M5 just to mark that level up, so that we can see whether it did trade into that area or not. 3239 has to be 39, right? 3972. Let's just mark it at 4 because it's obviously just to round it up. So you can clearly see that price ended up trading into that area exactly, right? You can see, oh, it didn't. 7374, doesn't really matter. So you can see that that's where price ended up trading into. So basically just wait for the daily time frame, and then you go down to the M1 if you're not looking to find a breakout. But you can clearly see that here on the M1 we did create the small swing highs right here, and then we created a breakout, right? And then prior to this breakout, we created the small swing high, and then we created a breakout. So this low right here is going to be a very strong low because we created it prior to creating the breakout, right? And then after that we created a breakout of these 2 highs. So this is a strong low because this one we don't have any unmitigated area except for this one, but this one is way too low for us to go to, right? That's why you're gonna attempt to go to this one right here, right? So that's the area that I marked up for potential buys on gold. And you can clearly see, even if I'm 73, yeah. So my targets initially, right? Initially, I think we had equal highs on the M1. It was these highs because I thought it was gonna come back immediately, right? And then target these highs. So 30 pip stop loss just below this low, right? And then yeah, but looking at the daily, you can see that the target was extremely high. So yeah, this was a beautiful 1:17, 540 pips. So yeah, hopefully this was insightful, and if you want to see more of these trade ideas and you want to see more videos from me, make sure that you do subscribe. Let's get to 10k subscribers, or let's just make it 20k, man. 20k, 20,000 subscribers. There's a lot more videos than this one. If this is your first time watching this video from my channel, make sure that you do leave a like, and yeah, leave a comment as to how you'd prefer me to explain these breakdowns for you guys. So with that said, I'll talk to you guys on another one. Peace. Love you boys. Where's that OBS? Peace.